I was at a point where they told me I wasn't going to be able to work again.
Oh my goodness.
And I just wasn't able to receive that. I'm like, I just don't receive that. So, I mean, I was not going to let that stop me from where I wanted to go and the things that I wanted to do in life.
Misha.
Yes.
How did Heiress House start?
Ooh, well, I would have to say it goes all the way back to childhood. I would say like the age of 7. Oh, wow. Like, I can remember my mom used to have her own band, and she was a performer, and she had nothing but clothes all over the place. Huge closet with just glamorous outfits. And so it all started dressing up in her clothing, shoes, wigs, makeup, I mean the whole nine.
Wow, that is good. That's fun.
Yes, yes. And so she performed, and she was very well known. And she was actually sought after by Broadway. And I used to actually go with her to all of her performances. And it was behind the scenes that I fell in love with as a kid, because I got to see like the glamorous side of the industry, like the hair and the makeup and the clothing, and how it all became one package. And I loved to see how all of that was being done behind scenes, and then once they stepped on the stage, it was a totally different person. And I love that transformation. So that drew me in automatically.
Wow.
So it just goes back to just being a kid and just traveling around the world with my parents, because they were military, but my dad was also a drummer. So, you know,
Musician, wow.
I grew up in a family full of musicians. Full of musicians. So I was constantly behind the scenes with nothing but glamour going on all the time. So I had no choice but to grab either singing or something related into that beauty field, that beauty industry. So
Wow. So with Heiress House, when did it start?
wow. Okay, so Heiress House actually started 1 year ago today. And it was just the most amazing thing, because how it actually started was my husband and I was on date night, and we were downtown Raleigh, actually at Dame's Chicken and Waffle. So sad, but
Yes.
Dame's Chicken and Waffle.
Yes.
And you know, the wait time there is ridiculous. So we walked around downtown. So I just passed this shop, and I saw this skirt. And at the time, it was really popular. It was that maxi skirt that everybody was wearing with the dashiki print.
Yes.
And I always wanted one. And I told my husband, there's that skirt. I said, I want to go try that skirt on because I'm short, and it was like really long all the way to the floor. And I said, I just need to see what that's going to look like on me. So I got in there, I tried the skirt on, and I loved it, and I bought the skirt. So I get home and I tell my husband, I'm like, you know, I think I can make that skirt. And he's like, okay. So I couldn't sleep all night long. I'm thinking about this skirt. It's weird. I could not think about anything else but the skirt. So I wake up the next day. I told my husband, I said, I think I can make this skirt. So I go and I buy the materials to make the skirt.
My goodness.
Yeah, so I make it, and it's actually better than the skirt that I bought.
And
so
how long did it take you to make it?
one day. One day.
Okay.
I took the skirt back because I had now made my own, which was
So
actually
you
better.
took the skirt that you bought back.
Because I had added pockets, I added a sash in the front. I mean, I really took it there. So I did all of that, and I fell in love with it again, because I had done it in high school. But when I made that skirt and I wore it, my sister, who's Jeanette Swan, she says, I need you to make me a dress for one of my performances. And I did. I made the dress, and when she wore it, by the end of the night, I had like 10 orders for dresses. And from there, my dresses ended up on red carpets, the Emmys, I mean, television shows. I've done it all in 1 year. And I hadn't even launched my clothing line. So I mean, I've totally been blessed, and I'm truly thankful for where my career has taken me in such a short amount of time. Like it was literally overnight. And it's amazing because most people don't even know, like not even 3 years this time. I was very ill. I was very sick, and I was to the point where I couldn't even walk. So I couldn't work. Couldn't do anything.
And so where did it come from? What did you say?
Well, I had a procedure done. I had surgery, and they actually hit a nerve, which caused nerve damage.
Oh my goodness.
Which I actually have still today, believe it or not. But most people don't know, But I mean, I was at a point where they told me I wasn't going to be able to work again.
Oh my goodness.
And I just wasn't able to receive that. I'm like, I just don't receive that. So, I mean, I was not going to let that stop me from where I wanted to go and the things that I wanted to do in life. And so I really, I'm very strong in my faith, and I put a lot of prayer down. And
yes, we have to do that. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And my pastor she helped me to get through that. My pastor is actually Pastor Brenda Timberlake. Yes. She's also one of your guests that you've had previously before. And she got me through that a great deal. I mean, she would send me cards in the mail every single week.
I love her.
I love her too. I love her too. And it's so funny because so many people think that I'm her actual daughter, because they're like, you've got to be a Timberlake.
Yes,
and I'm like, no, but she's my spiritual mom, so I'll take that.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, I'll take that. So she helped me to get through that, with cards and everything coming every week, and prayers, and that helped me a great deal. And I just miraculously, I got better. I believe in sowing seed.
Yes.
I believe in fasting and prayer, and all of that got me through to where I am now, and I'm just so extremely thankful.